Hi everyone, welcome to our Thursday night card reading. This is the energy for the rest of the weekend, starting April 3rd, which is Friday. It's going to be an amazing day. It has the energy of an 11. 11 is about mastership, and I think it's going to be a good weekend. I know that everybody is really struggling right now, and we just need to be able to get through things and to see the many blessings and the beauty that is in our life. So what we will be using today is one of the Mother Mary decks. So what I'm doing is I'm just shuffling the cards right now. I'm asking for messages for an overall message for the entire weekend, which is Friday the 3rd, Saturday the 4th, and Sunday the 5th. So that's our card for the overall message for the entire weekend. Let's flip it over and see what we have. Ah, that's beautiful. It's Our Lady of the Rose Crown. And her message this weekend is really staying grounded this weekend. If there are things that you still need to do in your home, if there is cleaning out of things, if there's organizing of your life that needs to be done, this is the weekend to do it. There's a lot of sacred geometry going on in this card, a lot of spirals, hearts, circles. And what it is really asking is that we start to really pull things together, that we really allow God and the divine to help us to organize things in a way that when we do emerge from where we're at right now, is that we are able to emerge with a different outlook on life, emerge with a different outlook on how we live and how we interact with our world and the wonder and the beauty that we see within our world. It is so important. And Our Lady of the Rose Crown is really about purifying our environment. And sometimes that means purifying our physical environment and purifying our physical bodies and our minds of things that no longer serve us. And the red is really about action. The red is really about our root chakras. A lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people that have not worked through some of the more root chakra and sacral chakra issues in their lives that really comes from our childhoods, they're really struggling right now. And that's very common with people who in their early life, especially birth or in utero through age 5, when there's chronic stress and then there's trauma during those time frames, their root and their sacral chakra don't develop appropriately. And a lot of times, especially if they had very cerebral parents or they had to rationalize a lot of things and do a lot of thinking, their upper chakras are very overdeveloped. And this can actually lead to people who are brilliantly intelligent. Prior to these incidences, most likely are people who are really able to perform well at work, are able to have relationships, and are really able to appear to be very well-adjusted people, but are really struggling during this time frame because of their lower chakras not being fully developed due to chronic stress, due to trauma in utero to 5 years old. So if there is something within your past that you have not dealt with, it's really important during this time to start to really look at that piece and really work on developing the root chakra and developing the sacral chakra, because that's really where it's going to fully bring you into balance. It's going to fully bring you into what's called the golden rule within the spiral. And if you see it right here, it is very prominent on her crown, that spiral, and within that sacred geometry. So that's something that's very important for this coming weekend. So it's something to keep in mind if you are really struggling through that. If that's something that you hadn't quite thought of until this time, I really encourage you to reach out and have a consult with me. I might be able to help you with those issues or be able to direct you someplace who might be able to. All right, so that's the energy for the weekend. So I'm going to move that right up here. And up here, just so that you can see, I have a lovely chakra wand, which was something that they really directed me to put out today so that people are feeling the balance from it. You really can't see it too much in the shot, but to really feel the balance from it and to be getting the healing through the video. So that's the energy for the entire weekend that we need to be focusing on. So I'm going to put that right here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to pick 3 cards for the rest of the weekend. And we are going to be using the deck, the tarot deck, and it is the Chrysalis tarot deck. And this is a great tarot deck because the cards themselves, they have those beautiful, beautiful butterflies on them. And it really represents really coming out of that cocoon, really being able to harness that energy of lightness and of fullness, but also of being fully developed. And I'm asking for, oh, they are ready to talk. That is for darn sure. They really are ready to talk. So I'm picking a card for for Friday. I have a card for Saturday. And then I have a card for Sunday. So the first card is the card for Friday. And this card is the Dreamer. It is the Knight of Mirrors. And so the Knight of Mirrors, for anybody who knows tarot, the Knight of Mirrors is actually the Knight of Cups. And this Knight is really talking about balancing your emotions and balancing your words. This Knight really is coming forward and bringing you that balance. This Knight is really coming forward, especially as we move into that full moon that's coming in. I know that it kind of looks like it's more of daytime, but this card in particular is really talking about the full moon for me. And if you see the fish and if you see the eagle up here, he is really balancing between his very, very emotional self and his taking flight. You know, the eagle, especially here in the United States, it really stands for freedom. It stands for strength. And it's something that a knight typically represents for all of us, especially if we're kind of romanticizing the knight. And this particular knight is actually interesting because he's not on a stallion or horse. He is actually riding on this huge pallet. You can see it right here. He's actually riding on this huge pallet of blankets. And he is really talking about making sure that you have all your ducks in a row. The full moon is coming up next week. And the tiger is really talking about taking action. And it almost feels as if when you're getting all those ducks in a row and you're balancing your words and you're balancing your emotions, you're taking some action, and you are making sure that you have a solid base, that you're coming into play with all of your ducks in a row. You've got your you've got your earthly things all in place. Your words are true. Your emotions, you are connected to them, and you're not allowing them to control you through the tide, but you're swimming with the tide of those emotions. And then the tiger really represents that piece of action, that you've got those other pieces in play, and now you're ready for the cycle to begin anew. You're ready to end something and begin something. So this is really important, that energy that's coming in for tomorrow. This is fantastic. So let's see what is coming in on Saturday. Interesting. So for Saturday, again, the Eight of Stones. The Eight of Stones represents the Eight of Coin. Okay, so the Eight of Coin, and anybody who follows me at all knows that I talk about eight a lot. And eight, to me, especially right now, has really been about the ebb and flow, really being about big when you need to be big and small when you need to be small. And again, it's really going back to when we talk about coin, we talk about our physical life, we talk about abundance. And Saturday, a lot of people are going to be feeling pretty good about some of their abundance, especially if on Friday you get your ducks in a row. All right. And when we have the Eight of Coin, if you see all those pillars there, there's a lot of stability, and there's a lot of the ability to cover, there's a lot of the ability to be able to pull things into play. And a huge piece that is going on, if you look at all the little people and things all inside the grass in there next to the cauldron, you have all the tools that you need in order to manifest and in order to be able to go into that next part of your life. And Saturday is really about, that's what they're talking about. So Saturdays are typically about lessons, and they're talking about the fact that you have learned a lot of lessons. Like, this time period for you has really been about those lessons that you have learned. And they're really asking you right now is to pull those lessons together and look at what is next for me. I have a cauldron so I can make food. I have tools so that I can build things. I have this little pick right here. So that means that I can not only build things, I can cut down trees. I can provide for my food. And all of these little people all around here is all of the things that you have learned, not only in this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes, that you are going to pull forward. And all these clouds are going to start to move away, where you will be able to pull all of that knowledge in. It's quite beautiful. And again, you've got the sacred geometry with the swirled sun right there. You've got your fish, you've got your elk, you've got a pig right here. You are fully abundant. There's nothing but green pasture right there. You are ready. Okay? You have all the tools. You just need to be working a little bit harder for it, okay? Or you will be working hard for it. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful, guys. Look at this. Oh, and Sunday brings the sun. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I could not have asked for a better reading for you guys for this weekend. The sun, what else can I say about the sun? The sun brings warmth. It brings a rising of a new day. You're really pulling in that cycle. This is just so amazing. And your communication is good, your emotions are good. And, while the sun, his face looks a little bit weary because he's been through a lot, all those birds, they're like starting to take flight. They're looking outward. They're saying, there is something out there for me. There's so many beautiful things. And again, third card in a row, you've got the spiral. The spiral is about the golden rule. The spiral is sacred geometry. And this is hugely, hugely important. So one of the things that they're talking about is that some of the things, especially with all that gold energy, you're going from the blue of the communication, the green of like that healing in your lessons, to the total divine healing of the gold. And the things that you are going to be able to pull in your physical life are truly going to be the dawning of a new day for you. And as you continue to pull through this energy, it's just going to be absolutely stunningly amazing. I'm just so excited for you all. Anyway, this was the reading for the weekend. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, if you are not quite sure exactly what is going on for you and you would like some additional guidance, please feel free to reach out to me. I am more than happy to do a consult with you and figure out what your needs are. And I wish you the best weekend. Ciao. Love you.